podcast so you can see what I'm doing on the game. I have to get used to how the screen is, where it's kind of just awkward at times. The whole framing.
You've arrived. Come closer. Can you smell that? Something must have happened in the temple.
Oh shit, wrong phone.
I imagine there will be slimes, hilly churls, and whatever's giving Storm Terror extra power. Oh yes, it is going to be lively in there indeed. Oh, you're quite the brave one, aren't you?
Go out of his way to make it sound that way.
It's a pity that the Temple of the Wolf has been disturbed by such an atrocity. Let's head in. No one makes offerings to the Four Winds anymore, yet the old winds never vanish.
Stupid logic. I don't know if you do decide to watch the live stream I'm doing right now. I don't know if it will let you catch up on what I've previously done or haven't done on the game yet or not. I don't know. Because the whole new policies with the new updates, it's kind of retarded and weirdly worded.
We need to clear out the temples for the Four Winds.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
My first chance to fight beside you. Think we'll make a good team?
I'm falling up a cliff, maybe.
Let me show you how the Knights of Favonius conquer our adversaries.
It's sucking. Seriously? So it's the same fucking thing as the other guy? Blanket. Oh, it has some ice.
Die
charged. Apparently not be charged. Alright, good to know.
If I'm not mistaken, the end of the temple should be up there.
Wait, how do you know?
Experience. The kind of experience you get after years of dealing with things like this for others.
Nah, you call bullshit.
So how exactly is it that you're able to channel elemental energy?
It was a very strange phenomenon. Something strange happened.
Something like a fucking idiot. Yeah, you sound like you're either high or about to pass the fuck out.
My bad, bro. Fried, nigga. Straight fried. What's up, my boy?
Not much. I'm just messing around on this dungeon-like thing, and drinking some Jack Daniels.
Why am I hearing? It's like I'm hearing us come out of my headset, and then I'm hearing like a. Oh, you got your mic. Okay, never mind.
You might not. You might not have all of your sound settings to be put on just your headset.
Come
you
on,
might have it on your TV
moving.
as well.
We're not frozen in place.
No, I ain't coming on my TV. It's so I'm hearing it again in the headset. You know what I think it is? Cause it's I'm on your broadcast watching your stream, and you got your mic on in your chat. Yeah, so it's like I'm hearing us double.
That shouldn't be how it works, unless they changed it. It used to be what I'm used to. Well, yeah, but I'm saying like for the actual stream, it should only be where you hear what I say, and so maybe I have an echo, maybe, or a delay. But you personally shouldn't have a delay because it's not a two-way stream, and like most streams I have like a 2 or 3 second delay.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they have changed a lot of their policy shit recently.
Cause you're streaming it on YouTube, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
That's probably why. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably why.
Well, also my delay is like 60 to 70 milliseconds.
Is it?
Yeah. Like, when you're on the game, it actually says in the top right hand corner underneath the head icon of what your ping is, so that way you always know. That's kind of cool.
Freeze.
Something that's really nice to know is apparently if you actually do just in general mess around, it's actually nice to know that, hey, I'm gonna actually do this random temple shit. Because apparently after you complete the dungeon, it doesn't tell you this, mind you, it was a surprise to me. You randomly get the character that you're trying out in the dungeon as a regular character to use.
Ah, finally, we're here.
Because like Lisa, she uses
Let's use the
electricity,
wind currents to fly up.
and all of a sudden I noticed like, hey, she doesn't say try or anything. She's just a part of my actual list of characters. So this guy is barely now got him, or he's on try mode right now. So maybe once I complete this dungeon, I can actually use him as a regular character. Oh, once you get in the game, though, kind of funny, there's some survey stuff, and they literally get upset with you if you say, yeah, I would rather not ever use any character at all that isn't the default characters.
I didn't know you were such a slacker.
Because they literally say, well, what would you do? Well, what would we need to do to make sure you be more inspired or wanting to use said extra characters? Because you can do like use these things called wishes to possibly summon characters or whatever. So they're like, okay, well, what we want you to use those characters, because realistically, if you think about it, the more characters you use, yes, you have a wider variety of characters to use and what they can do, sure, but it makes your playtime also longer because you also have to level them up too, so that whenever you do want to use them, they're actually at the same level as your main people you use all the time. So yeah, it actually extends the amount of playtime you have. It's like, the one thing I found is like most games in general, they'll be like, oh hey, you can have 30 some odd characters, but realistically, if you just focus on the 5 main characters, you could still beat the game just fine. And you'd beat it faster because you're not focusing on leveling all these other characters. Bluestone. Oh, okay.
Water! We can use this to put out fire.
Good idea. That's some keen observation. We should get Jean to give you a title and make you a knight.
That's kind of weird. The random ice spirit looking things follow me around. Oh, but there is certain characters which is kind of nice if you're into combos and stuff. There are certain characters that are literally for combo like stuff, where you can use them for whatever you want, of course, or just regular fighting if you want to. But realistically, they're better for doing certain things to add effects and then switch out and use that other person to make them stronger. And like, there's even gear that actually makes it to where if you switch them out like that, it'll actually make the person you switched them out have higher boosted stats for so many seconds. Cause like Lisa, she uses electricity, and there's this one girl, I don't remember her name is, but she uses wind. And if you mix those two characters together and their attributes and all that shit, you can do like severe amount of stacking and overall damage over time stuff. But at the same time, if you really were to work it, you can also go switch to this other person, and you could put a like a defense barrier on yourself, use the other two characters, and then you'd have boosted defense and offense and damage over time stuff, as long as you used it, you know, in the correct order. So it's kind of cool, like each character you can literally use whatever effects and literally have them combine. So as long as you kept on fighting and switching to add in other effects to other characters, like you can actually make whatever your favorite character is be super overpowered and take hardly any damage. Talking about a ley line, but yet I've never fucking heard of this ley line bullshit. Like, there's random shit you're gonna find in this game where it's just like, and it's like, wait, what? Like, for example, there's these random, they kind of like spirit or wisp like things, if you know what wisp are, but they just kind of just sit there, wherever they are, no matter if they're in the air, on the ground, whatever. And randomly, by chance, I discovered them, and it actually turns out, I don't know if this is how it works yet, 'cause I haven't fully experimented, but basically you go to certain shrines of the 7 winds, or 4 winds, whatever it is, and you can give them whatever it is, and it will help boost whatever certain things and whatever else. But I don't know if it just means like for that region of the map or not. I don't know. It just seemed like it's super clear on explaining that.
Yo.
Cause like there's literally this one spot where it's like this, like it looks like a giant fire pit, and I only put 1 point into it, but it boosts something on it, and it can also boost like your overall like XP and whatever else that you are trying to do. It just makes sure you can obviously just do better in general. But I haven't fully tested it to see if that shrine thing affects all of the general areas, or if you're in that region or not. I haven't fully tested it all the way, because I've honestly only played the game here and there, because honestly, you know, I drink and then I get tired from work and then I just pass the fuck out after like a little bit. What? No. That's stupid. What the hell would you swim through fucking spikes? Oh. Okay, makes more sense.
Dodge this! Speaking of, did you know? Storm Terror was once one of the 4 winds.
Oh god.
Details.
Were you feeling your legs?
You can ask the acting grandmaster about it.
Duh.
Something interesting. Storm winds or
oh man.
I forget exactly the name, but if you actually follow like a lot of Japanese RPG stuff, storm winds or I'm trying to think of the name.
Already have their hands full.
Basically, a storm-like, god-like thing. They all kind of intertwine with a lot of games, and this game is not excluded from that. Where, if you know anything about Stormbringer or it's one of them I can't remember right now. Actually helps with the, you know, in this general story what they're getting at. But the nice thing the game actually does do, if in case you don't know the lore of certain basic things, is if you do explore, you collect random stuff. You can collect books, and it can actually explain the lore of the game in case you don't know old, you know, like lores and shit of like mythological like stuff. Like one game, honestly, like you may not realize if you ever played it, that has to do with a lot about lore and mythological creatures or legendary creatures that may or may not exist. It's Final Fantasy. Because the majority of the enemies you fight are actual, real mythological creatures or legendary creatures that in the past were really believed to actually exist.
I didn't know you were
That's
such a
what's up.
slacker.
Kind of, I think Final Fantasy 11, I think. The majority of the enemies, like for like the main cities, like the enemies that are right outside the city, those are real, actual, legendary, actual like creatures that are real, actual stories that were actually made by like past civilizations and stuff.
I didn't know you were such a slacker.
Uh, I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to like mythological stuff and also lores about certain things, and that's why like it actually makes it more certain games that are RPG based, especially Japanese RPG games, more enjoyable, because if you actually know a little bit about lores, you can actually enjoy it more versus having to collect books and read the books in the game, and then you try to catch up on the
Seems all the other
lores
knights already have their
to
hands
better
full.
understand what's going on in the game. Which this game does do. It actually does let you try to catch up on all the
Is
information
that
if you
the
don't
thing
know
that
it.
Storm Terror is using to gain its power?
Seems probable. Let's deal with it. Bravo. What a performance. You are, to my surprise, a well-trained knight. The battles you just
Yo,
fought
this
were
looks
sights
cold,
to
though.
behold. I see you already have the knightly virtue of modesty.
Just curious, do you watch anime at all?
Yeah. I watch a lot of One Punch.
I don't know, maybe you've given One Punch a better, honest, like, chance, in my opinion. Because, like, me, honestly, I give it One Punch a good chance, in my opinion. But, like, One Punch, to me, seems like the most incredibly boring-ass anime. Because the fact of literally, you know, his title, which is One Punch Man, you know, he kind of just punched you once, or if you're big enough, because I've seen it far enough where like he punched the guy once, but he actually lived. But the point is, if you punch him 3 times, there'd be literally nothing left of his body. It would just be vaporized. The only other thing I do know about the show is the one girl that wears like a, I don't know, it's kind of like a cloak, sort of, but like a big ass one piece. And apparently the internet's like obsessed with her ass. Like, she doesn't have tits or anything, but she has apparently an ass, or like the internet's just obsessed with her. She has, I think, green hair. She wears a black dress. But at the same time, like, I don't know, like, I never give her a fair chance, because like I just found out, like, how could you really build on a character that literally just kind of casually walks in, bored out of his mind, and just kind of goes, like, he can flick an enemy and bam, the guy's dead. Oh, one anime that's actually good to watch, like, at first, honestly, I'll admit, the first 2 episodes can be pretty boring, especially the first episode can be extremely boring, is Lucky Star, because the first episode is incredibly boring. I can't stress that hard enough, because it's just terribly boring as shit. But the series is actually really good, because you can watch the jump show as it is, but if you pay attention to the background characters, there's another story going on during the main story. Just like the anime called Baka and Test. That's another anime that literally, the main story is garbage, But the side story and the backstory and other side stories, that's why
Yes.
Baka and Test, like, people love that fucking anime because it's an amazingly good anime and it's pretty funny and it has a lot of general added stuff in there that's really nice. That if you really truly enjoy it, side story stuff, like, it's really good. Like Busu and Reiken is another one where realistically that anime, the main premise is kind of lame because the main premise of that entire anime is this magical girl or whatever the fuck she is fighting whatever it is, and dumbass wanders into the fucking area. Dumbass gets himself fucking severely injured and or would have died if she didn't, for whatever reason, share her life force to save his life so that he can live. But the main bad guy that you see in the beginning is this gay ass guy wearing some super tight ass speedo shit, like full body shit. He literally is the main reason to watch Busa Rankin. Literally, like, if it wasn't for him, that series would be garbage. But with him, it's actually a pretty good show. Like, and me personally, I'm into more non-mainstream anime. The only one that's kind of mainstream that I do like is called When They Cry. It's a pretty gory anime, but it's kind of trippy as shit because if you don't fully pay attention, you can kind of wonder like what the fuck's going on, kind of deal. So, like, perfect example, there's this little shrine maiden, she's like maybe 8-ish, maybe younger, I don't know. If you're not fully paying attention, you're like, how the fuck is she doing what she's doing, but yet she's supposed to be dead? How is this possible? Or wait, how is this stuff with the city or the town happening if this and that happened, but ultimately because of the bacterial infection, ultimately these people all should be dead? So, like, it's one of those animes that you have to really, really pay attention. But at the same time, it's nice because you can actually watch the anime like a few times and actually enjoy it every time because you're learning more each time. And I personally enjoy that just because it makes the series generally more enjoyable and more entertaining. One show that's kind of hard for me to get into is One Piece, because in a nutshell, everybody has a 6-inch nose, if not a foot long nose. They're over exaggerated in certain features, and for example, kind of like the series called Korra, the last Avatar or whatever. Her series is a spin-off of The Last Airbender with Aang. But the main thing that bothers me about her series is the first episode or two, she could have been a severe badass. And she was pretty awesome. Fast forward to the 4th or 5th episode, she's just an average, everyday idiot. And I think 5th or 6th episode, she literally, I'm not even joking. On the 5th or 6th episode, the entire show could have been done at that episode. Because at that episode, literally, there's these people that are able to use acupuncture to disable her bending skills so that she was totally useless and she couldn't fight back even if she wanted to. And they could have killed her right then and there. But for some reason, her enemies that actually did capture her, did fully disable her, and she couldn't fight back, they just, for some fucking reason, let her live. And I'm like, how the fuck does that make any sense at all? Because the people that disabled her and crippled her physically, why would you let someone live if they can literally destroy everything you're trying to do of your own corrupt system? That makes no sense at all. Why would you let someone, basically, in a sense, like if you were doing something severely illegal right now, but you could totally kill the cop that could send you to prison for the rest of your life and get away with it, why wouldn't you kill him instead of not killing him and you ultimately go to prison for the rest of your fucking life? Like, that's basically how Core is on that episode. But apparently, according to what I've read, is first the several couple episodes after that, it's kind of garbage. Basically, she's kind of a slut, and then like almost 10 episodes later, the show picks up and she becomes a bit badass, and the story becomes a lot better. As you can obviously tell, I'm like quite a bit into anime, especially, but some games as well. But I don't know. The main thing is I'm not into is like games that are a game you can beat within 30 hours of gameplay. Because realistically, mainstream games, you can beat the majority of all mainstream games within 15 hours minimum, if not less than that. For example, Call of Duty, you can totally beat that game, no matter what Call of Duty you're talking about. You can beat it within 8 to 13 hours. So literally, you can play the game in one day and beat the game in one day. And me, I just don't like those kind of games because, you know, I'm not made of money, and I'd rather a game that has a minimum playtime of at least 40 hours. Because to me, it's not a wasted money if I buy that game. Whereas Call of Duty, $50 game, and within one day I beat it. And then here's the truth of the matter: let's say you buy the newest Call of Duty right now, and you beat it same day. Next day, guess what? GameStop will not want to let you trade it in for store credit to get a different game because they think maybe you might have stole it. And that's a real thing. I've actually known several people where they've had that exact problem because they play the game too long, they beat the game too quickly, and GameStop did not want to let them do it because of fear of you might have stole the game.
Stories of your heroic deeds to save Mondstadt from destruction shall be known throughout the City of Freedom, well into the future. Please do visit me at our headquarters when you have the time. I also know a lovely tavern, if that's more your thing.
I might have mentioned already. Probably have.
Quite rewarding.
Yeah, if you do the temples and stuff like that, you get a new character, but
I can take care of the rest here.
being new,
take care of other things while
if you check your mail thing, or basically hit your option button on your
There's no
controller.
way hilly churls organized an ambush like this themselves.
Uh,
Not with their limited mental capacity.
if you as long as you click the random spirit things or whatever, you'll be able to possibly unlock new characters that aren't based in just the storyline.
Knights of Favonius, always so inefficient.
Agree to disagree, but your involvement in this just made things a whole lot more interesting.
Fucking stupid. The storyline thing that just happened is kind of stupid. I don't know if you're watching the gameplay, what I'm doing, like, basically just happened is some random fire element guy just rushes in, beats the shit out of the guy, and then just says, Knights of Favonius are so inefficient. And it's not wrong, because the guy you're playing with kind of just sit around talking like an idiot. And then the guy that's a fire element guy walks in, or runs in, I should say, and easily beats the damn thing within like 3 to 5 seconds. But do you have the game fully updated or anything, or like how much do you have left on the update? Because I know it can take a while.
Yeah, it's taking a while. I probably won't get to it till like tomorrow. Yeah, I keep saying this right there.
Yeah, I know. Like depending on your internet service, like it can take a while. I think for me it took around an hour-ish. But some like un-game related, something to in case you don't know, if you want to maintain your internet being cheap, you want to be a dick to your internet service provider. Basically, let's say you got internet just now. 2 years from now, make damn sure you call up 2 years from now saying, oh hey, I want to turn on my internet service so I can catch up on my bills or whatever, or something like that. Or saying basically consider on changing your internet service provider to someone else. Just mention something like that, and literally they will give you the new customer special where your internet's going to be a lot more cheaper. And I've actually had this happen where I called up saying the exact same thing about I wanted to have my internet shut off for a little bit so I can catch my bills and catch up my past due internet bill. The lady that was on the phone literally gave me the new customer special, and she got rid of my past due debt entirely. I didn't owe a dime at all.
Really?
Yeah, seriously, this is for Mediacom. I owed over $100 for Mediacom. I told them that, and seriously, she got rid of damn near around 3 months worth of internet debt simply because I said I needed to get rid of my internet for now so I can catch up on my internet bill and my other bills because, you know, I have money issues. I said, oh, well, well, what if I sign you up for this new deal we have going on for new customers or whatever, and I can also get rid of your this and that of your past due bill or whatever. Would you be interested in possibly keeping your internet service active? I was like, I guess so, but you know, I guess I could work, I guess, but like I said before, yeah, I'm trying to catch up on my bills. And it's just, okay, well, do you think you might maybe be able to keep your service with us? And bam, that's how I got my internet service a lot cheaper. Like, internet service providers, you have to learn how to play mind games with them. Like, honestly, it's something my mom has taught me, and that I've also personally in the state have learned that it's true. Every 2 years, if you get internet with whatever company, make damn sure you call them, threaten them in a roundabout way of discontinuing your service or whatever, or switching your service to someone else, and they will give you the new service plan for a new customer. And they might even eliminate your past debts. Because, like, for example, let's say you have your internet service plan right now is 100 megabytes download speed. Realistically, within 5 years, your actual internet service payments will be $100 to $150 for that same internet service. When you first got the internet service, it was only maybe $60 or $40 when you first got it for the first 2 years. But after 2-3 years, that's been the actual price, the actual service plan you have comes along, and you will have to pay that if you don't play their mind games and make them reduce your service plan and or make you be put on the new service plan for new customers.
Well, all that lay flow and elemental line stuff Lisa was going on about should hopefully be back to normal. Wanna go back and see how the knights are doing? But if you got anything more interesting to do, Paimon can come too. By the way, we obtained another animalculus in one of the Four Winds temples, right? We might come across more of them in the future, so don't forget to offer them to the statues.
That's stupid. Alright, apparently if you get to ever a 7 or a 4, whatever the fuck it is, of the Winds statue, you want to offer whatever the hell you can, because your adventure status is heavily reliant on that. And for example, every shrine-like thing or whatever temple, whatever the fuck it is, you have to be around I think level 14ish as adventure-wise to fully defeat it. Otherwise, I think otherwise their general level is around 14 or 16 or something like that, or your general party level. You can still fight the dungeon even to, let's say, your party level is just 14 and all your characters are roughly around level 6. You can still beat it. It's just a matter of just playing smart and utilizing your characters well enough, because otherwise I absolutely have every bit of faith that you could totally beat that dungeon even though you're several levels too low. So I think I've done it at least a few times. What? One thing that's kind of annoying because it's kind of confusing is the wish system. You go on beginner, there's the obvious shit that you can try to do, but then you go to the non-beginner. If you look at the two, the icons are a little different. You have to look very close at the bottom of your screen to honestly know the difference. Because for me, honestly, I didn't fully notice the differences and all that shit. There's certain things that are honestly not very well explained. It's like certain things you can literally just go into whatever and you're like, oh, hit right on your D-pad, and you pause your fill whatever, and at the same time you don't even know what the fuck you're filling. You just know it's something you can do, but you don't know what the fuck it does. I don't know. For whatever reason, the game kind of is like a weird learning curve. You have to just kind of just try to figure it out for yourself and hope for the best, basically. Alright, for example, there's, for example, random flowers literally on the map, and they'll either have fire around them or ice or whatever it is, and you have to know how to dispel their magic just so you can collect them. Come on, damn it. Stupid. So the character selected it, saying I select him somehow. Shit, I fucked that up. Goddamn sense.
Ready when you are. Dodge this! Freeze!
Oh, but yeah, on the map, there's gonna be random things where, like, this is like kind of like a medium-sized pillar, and you have to literally just use whatever element for every character just to activate it, and then it will unlock. Usually, it will unlock like some kind of box or something like that. But they're not super common, so it's just a matter of something you have to look out for. What the hell? What the hell is it? Going into a circle. Trying to do.
such a slacker?
Oh, right. I remember what I was trying to do. Kind of wanted to.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. Blitz.
What? That's no sense. Like it literally gave me the option earlier. Oh, that's strange that she's still active. Okay, whatever.
Freeze!
That's the one thing that's kind of awkward about the game is that it kind of remembers shit you would normally put in most games and kind of forget because you haven't done it for a while. Apparently, if you want to like try capturing crabs, you have to actually chase them. Fish, I'm not fully sure how the fuck you capture them entirely yet. I just know that if you try certain characters, they actually will capture them for you, but if you personally do it, I'm not really sure. How the hell is it rescue him yet he's not even in danger? Makes no goddamn sense.
to enjoy this too much.
Seriously.
Steady as stone. As a dutiful maid.
Seriously. How much do you have left for download?
Whenever you need me, I'll be there.
Well, I don't know. How many megabytes or gigabytes do you have left?
Leave it to me. All of it. Whatever it is. What exactly is it? I didn't quite catch your request. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. Leave it to me. All of it. Whatever it is. At your request.
Feeling as talkative she's been. Usually it's the main person playing with it that's overly talkative. Come on, jump, you fat fuck. Damn it, that's not what I wanted. Oh, there goes the shrine thing there. Bastard.
You're in for a little shock. Ugh. My.
Bullshit.
Come a little closer.
Seriously? That's a convenient way to put it. Oh shit.
Steady as stone.
This is sturdy shit though.
Someone, I'll catch up. I must leave no stone unturned.
Come a little closer.
Said run, dick. Shit.
Leave it all to me.
That's bullshit.
You're in for a little shock. Blitz. Going out is tiring.
Bullshit. It's not, there we go. Seriously, he died that easily?
Leave it all to me.
This thing shit is really good defense.
As a dutiful maid would.
Damn thing is overly strong as shit. I go figure. Let's see. Party setup.
Whenever you need me, I'll be there. Leave it to me.
Ooh, you're taking me out?
This will be interesting.
Oh, how exciting!
That's stupid. Shit. Seriously? I still have to wait for that shit.
It's nearly time for afternoon tea.
That's not what I wanted. Come on. I have to wait for the damn timer. There we go.
Freeze!
Right, talk to whatever the fuck that is.
I didn't know you were such a slacker.
That's stupid. Let's go back to the fucking town for that shit. something else. There we go. Alright, well, for now I'm gonna get off for a bit and just relax. So, talk to you later.